Good evening, everybody. 1 minute and 30 seconds. I'll see you then. Harlan, I was born in Columbus, Ohio. 1 minute and 5 seconds. I'll see you then.
Safe travels. Robot, say how much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? Good. Now say Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't fuzzy, was he? Good.
Good. 36 seconds. I'll see you then. Screw it. Screw it. Countdown's not gonna dictate what I do. Countdown can't control me. Countdown can't tell me what to do. I'm my own man. Welcome, guys. Yeah, as the title suggests of this stream, I will be at it. You will not hear from me for about a week. Going out of town with some of my best friends that I've known since early days of high school, or even middle school. And, you know, all these years later, we're still best buds. And we still go on trips. We try to do it every single year. Our annual cabin trip. This year, we're doing something a little different. We're going to Asheville. And normally we get a cabin like in the mountains, you know, in like North Georgia, really not much there. This time we're going to Asheville, and we're going to explore a little bit. I've never really been in Asheville, so it'll be a good time. And while you guys are playing some Jedi Survivor, I will probably be like 8 breweries deep, and maybe potentially in an Uber. But welcome, guys. Let's shoot the shit. Whatever's on your mind. There is no topic of conversation. Whatever you want to talk about. Whatever's bothering you, just let me know. Vince, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. First super chat and channel support of the stream. Vince says, safe travels. Robots say. Well, the robot said it, so I have to say it, right? I haven't paused the music to hear the robot. It said it way smoother than I'm gonna say it. How much wood would a woodchuck chuck if a woodchuck could chuck wood? And now say Fuzzy Wuzzy was it? I'm not as familiar with the Fuzzy Wuzzy one. Let's attempt it. Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Oh my Christ Almighty! Fuzzy Wuzzy was a bear. Fuzzy Wuzzy had no hair. Fuzzy Wuzzy wasn't Fuzzy Wuzzy. That wasn't bad. That was all right. Good. Dude, thank you so much for the support, man. Cheers. There was something I was going to say to you. I can't remember now. It'll come to me. Bears are real. What's up, Alabasted? Yeah, have I ever told you my Adirondacks, my Adirondacks bear story? So, I always lock my car doors. I always lock my car doors. I lock my house door. I'm a stickler for that. I you know, if I walk out of the house just to go check the mail, like, I lock the door. It's just like a force of habit. I don't know why. It's not like I'm really meaning to. I just do. I don't know. It's just habit. But I let my father-in-law borrow the car to drive to a casino, like an hour away from our cabin one time. And a bunch of other family members were there too with their cars. In total, there were 4 cars. 4 cars in this cabin parking lot. 4 cars, all right? None of the doors got locked. Again, because I wasn't the one driving it. If it was me, I would have locked the doors. But all 4, I guess my wife's family doesn't like locking car doors. All 4 of the car doors were unlocked. And when we woke up in the morning, all of the doors were open. All of the car doors were open. It was, I vividly remember this. It was eerie. It was eerie. All the doors were just left open in all 4 cars. And I went over to investigate, and you could tell a bear had rummaged through the cars. There was bear fur, like soda cans were flipped over and spilled. And it blew me away. Then I started researching, like, can bears open car doors? And yes, bears can open car doors. It was kind of crazy. Never heard of anything like that. But apparently it's pretty common. So, yeah. Anyway, Minato Namikaze. Good to see you, man. Thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Minato says, hey, Greedo, your thoughts on Power Slap? What is Power Slap? Power Slap. Wait, is Power Slap American television show originally broadcast on TBS? Contestants on the show slap each other in the face in order to win the Power Slap League tournament. What the hell, Minato? I gotta look at some footage of this. This looks too stupid. What asshole would want to participate in it? This guy has they have their arms behind their back. This is dumb. I've never seen it, so I can't really comment on it. I'm just seeing it for the first time. Yeah, so first thoughts, Minato. Like, I will never watch this. I will never seek out a time slot in which I'm going to watch a broadcast of Power Slap. So yeah, I appreciate the trolling there, Minato. No, and I also appreciate you bringing something really dumb to my attention that I can avoid at all costs. Why? I mean, I guess there's probably techniques. There's probably some kind of training. I don't know. But, like, this isn't, like, mixed martial arts. This isn't, like, boxing. I look at this and I'm like, what's the skill? I mean, and there's no, what's the skill in taking the slap? What, like, how do you train to take, you just sit there and take a bunch of slaps from a bunch of people? That's your training? It looks like you just have to stand there, put your arms behind your back, and take it. That's stupid. Dumb. That's not gonna last. Power Slap fighter suspended for a long list of banned substances. What substance are you taking for a slap? What the hell, man? Anyway, I appreciate that, Minato. Alabasted, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Alabasted says, hey, have you ever tried playing Factorio? Give it a chance when you can. It's addictive, random, recommend it to everyone here. Factorio. No, I've never heard of this. Slowly but surely, you guys will realize that I live under a rock. Factorio. Build and maintain factories. Oh, this is not what I thought it was going to be. I thought it was going to be like a trivia game, like facts and stuff. You will be mining resources, research technologies, building infrastructure. 10 out of 10 on Steam. Wow. Overwhelmingly positive reviews. 130,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. That's pretty incredible. Wow. I've never heard of this, man. I occasionally, well, I haven't played a game like this in a long time. I miss like building games like that, like well, I guess it's not really close to that, but I used to play a lot of strategy games back in the day with my friends, whether it be like Company of Heroes or Age of Empires or sorry guys, I used to play that prison builder game or whatever it was called a little bit. Check out the 2016 gameplay trailer. Okay. Again, we build manning resources. However, this heavy exploitation on the planet's resources do not sit nicely with the locals, so you'll have to be prepared to defend yourself and your machine empire. Interesting. Alright, this seems like something that would be pretty fun to play. It looks like overwhelming. I mean, I guess once you start playing it, you kind of know what all this stuff does, but yeah, Prison Architect. Yeah. I played that, I mean, not a lot, but I enjoyed playing it. But nice, I appreciate the recommendation. I'll add it to my wish list. Why not? It'll be a while before I get around to checking it out, but yeah. Really catches your my eye, at least, whenever I see a game that has 130,000 overwhelmingly positive reviews. And at first glance, if I was to look at screenshots of this game, I would immediately skip it over. Just being honest, I would immediately look at this and be like, it's not for me. But the reviews are kind of what's interesting to me right now, It will never be on sale, by the way. That's a bummer. I was going to wait. Hey, a quick question for you guys. So, I'm not too familiar with it, but are you familiar with G2A? I have a potential sponsorship opportunity in the future, and I've never really looked at the website. I'm not really too familiar with it. Again, I live under a rock, but I started Googling it around, and apparently, like, a lot of people have an issue with that website. Is that, I mean, the sponsorship's really good. Is that something that I should avoid, though? You guys know way more about this stuff than I do. So I'm all ears, man. It kind of reminded me of, like, good old games, GOG, where you'd have a bunch of cheap games and stuff like that. Don't really know too much about it, but okay, Vince. Cool. All right. Yeah, I've always heard about it. Like, I know a guy who bought, like, Windows keys off of there, and I was like, what? But anyway. G2A sponsors are everywhere. It's very much a market gray area. However, as keys are bought, region unlocked to escape certain tariffs. Oh, interesting. Okay. All right. Yeah, I'll do a little bit more research on it. Gotcha, Max. I appreciate the info. Cool, man. Stupid Beagle Reviews and Sully Hogs, thank you guys so much for the super chats. Beagle says, have you been on Rise of the Resistance ride at Disney? Just went on for the first time today. Amazing stuff. Love seeing all the sequel cast. Yes. I've been on it 2 times. It's so much fun. It's like, did you go on? Well, I don't know if you went at Hollywood Studios or out in California. But if you went in Hollywood Studios, I hope you rode the Mini Mickey Mini Mickey Railway ride. That ride is phenomenal, and it uses the same type of technology as Rise of the Resistance. Yeah, Rise of the Resistance is fantastic. My favorite part is when you drop unexpectedly. Spoiler alert. But yeah, all the effects, it's really well done, man. We went, me and my wife rode it for the first time months ago. We had like just a little date night, me and her. And then we took our daughter for her birthday to Disney World for 2 days. And it was my daughter rode it for the first time. She's 5 years old and she loved it. She was laughing and the whole time. And, but yeah, it's a really great ride. I like it way better than the Millennium Falcon ride. The Millennium Falcon ride doesn't really do anything for me, to tell you the truth. I like Star Tours more than the Millennium Falcon ride at Galaxy's Edge, but yeah. Anyway, it's a good one. It's a good one, Beagle, and I'm glad you got a chance to go on it. But I appreciate that support this evening, man. Sully Hogs, thank you so much for the channel support. Good to see you. Ah, the glorious Discord stickers. That little, I don't know who made it, but I had to recreate it for this thumbnail because I couldn't get that stupid picture out of my head, Sully. If you guys don't know, HelloGreedo is also a Discord server. I think the link is in the stream description below. I'm pretty sure it's down there. And there's all sorts of silly stuff posted on there. And the idea for this stream thumbnail came directly from that. Somebody made a very similar image. And I was like, you know what? I'm going to recreate that and turn it into a thumbnail. But hell yeah. I appreciate that, Sully. Hope you're doing well, man. Vince, I bought a G2A key from a guy who advertised an additional 10 free keys with it. I said, sure, why not? I get the key, and he proceeds to send me 10 separate and porn games. I declined any time. That's hilarious, man. Yeah. I would not have any interest in it, that either. Don't understand it, but hey, to each his own, correct? Took17, good to see you, man. Took says, can't stay. Just wanted to say hi to you, HG, in the chat. Hope everyone is well. Back to work, baseball, hockey, housework. It never ends. It never ends, my friend. There's always stuff. I could have done so much that I wanted to do today from 8 in the morning until 2 p.m., but I didn't. I cleaned the house. I mowed the lawn. Did laundry. I packed for my trip. And then my wife and daughter came home from school and work. And I just sat back and I was like, where the hell did the day go? Where did the day go? And yeah, it never ends. But hey, man, yeah, look, always I follow you on Instagram, and you are always busy, and the kids are always playing a sport. And yeah, man, it looks fun. It looks fun. My daughter doesn't want to do dance anymore, which is a bummer to me because we loved watching her go to her little dance class. And for whatever reason, like right now, she's in like a phase where she doesn't want to do anything without us. So like we went to a dance. She was in dance for like 6 months, and all of a sudden, boom, just randomly, one class, she refused to go out on the dance floor with the instructor and all the other kids. She was just like clinging on to us. And she was just like, I want you to dance with me. I want you to dance with me. And I was like, hey, this is for big kids. This isn't for grown-ups. So, we're not going to force her to do something that she doesn't want to do. She's 5 years old. This isn't like, go play football. You know what I mean? I'm not one of those guys. But yeah, it bummed me out because she was good at it, and she, it was fun watching her for an hour every, once a week. But oh well, maybe she'll get back into it in the future, right? Anyway, I appreciate that, Took. Have fun with it, man. Arlen, good to see ya, Mr. Arlen. Arlen says, one of my favorite sci-fi shows, Babylon 5, is getting a reboot this fall. Great show, made like a 5-year long book. Thought I'd put the reboot under your radar. All right. Babylon. I've never seen Babylon 5. So, I really don't know much about it. Just by name. Babylon sister, shake it. Dun, dun, dun. Babylon sister, shake it. Any Steely Dan fans out there? All right, let's see. Babylon 5 reboot. It says a reboot of Babylon 5 for the CW was announced in 2021 and was due to be broadcast in the fall of 2023, but the project has gone mysteriously quiet. Interesting. All right. Yeah, maybe that's if that, let me see. Babylon 5 is free on the Roku channel. There you go. Sorry, I'm just scrolling through the Babylon 5 Wikipedia. Yeah, maybe I'll check it out. The problem is there's just so many other shows that I want to check out, especially in the sci-fi world. I've never seen Battlestar Galactica. I've never watched Star Trek. What's the one? Deep Space Nine. I really want to watch that, But yeah, maybe since it's free on the Roku channel, I'll just fire up an episode one day and fold some laundry while I watch it. See what it's all about. But yeah, man, I appreciate that, Arlen. And Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much as well. Oscar says, for some reason, listening to this while playing Crash NST is soothing. Crash NST. Crash NST. Oh, Crash Bandicoot. Insane Trilogy. Okay. Also, did you watch the Boondocks clip with George Lucas? The rest of the episode is great, too. I actually still have the tab open. As soon as I... Oscar, as soon as I ended that stream, I completely forgot about watching that until I literally just got on my computer and opened up my browser and still had that tab open. So no, stupid. I haven't watched that clip. It's still sitting there staring at me. Why won't you watch me like a puppy at the door waiting for you to come home? Why haven't you watched me yet, you idiot? You told Oscar you were going to watch it. But as soon as I clicked end stream, I it's stupid because it was like a minute after I ended the stream, I feel like, or before I ended the stream, and my short-term memory is shit, and I completely forgot. But I'll watch it after this for sure because I'm gonna remember how much of an asshole, forgetful person I was. And I've never played a Crash Bandicoot game. Never played a Crash Bandicoot game ever. Oh, the Insane Trail. It's remastered with new graphics. Interesting. All right. I wonder if that's a game that me and my daughter could play. But although she has like zero desire to play video games. Maybe when she's older, but that's not really her jam. All she wants to do is like run around, throw stuff, jump off the couch. all that. But my buddy did tell me that I knew GoldenEye came out for the Nintendo Switch, but I did not know that it was like multiplayer online. I didn't know you could play it online, multiplayer. So I might end up picking that up just to, run and gun against people on the internet. Might be fun. Yeah. Yeah, I saw that, Vince. I watched a little bit of that episode. No, I've never heard of Rogue Heroes. I told you guys you're going to find out. Well, a lot of you guys already know that I live under a rock. Rogue Heroes. SAS Rogue Heroes. Eccentric Young Officer. Oh, is this... Oh, this looks cool. Oh, man. That's a really great cast. Dominic West. What do I know Dominic West from? Oh, he's in he plays Prince Charles in The Crown. Yeah, he's great. I don't really know if I've seen him in much of anything other like The Wire, and that's really maybe all I've seen him in. This show looks cool. I'm gonna watch a trailer for this show after this stream. Nice. Was it World War II? Let me see. The description of it is not. Okay, yeah, World War II. Eccentric young officer hospitalized in Cairo after training exercise accident. Bored, he starts thinking that the accepted war methods are wrong, and he hits on a radical plan. He fights for permission to recruit toughest, boldest, and brightest soldiers for a small undercover unit that will create mayhem behind enemy lines. More rebels than soldiers. Sterling's team are every bit as complicated. Okay, interesting. That looks fun. It's described as a costume drama. I've never heard of a show put that way. Fire who? Who's Ezra Miller? It drives my wife crazy because I don't stay up with anything. Like, I don't keep up with anything. Like, she'll ask me, did you see what happened in the news? Like this giant thing. And I'm like, no. She's like, how did you not see that? I don't know. I don't pay attention to anything. That's my thing. Like, Stuart, I got guys that I work with who, if I, how do I put this? There's always like a group of people who are upset about something. Like, I work with guys who are refusing to buy Bud Light. Cool, dude. Like, I have a philosophy most of the time of who gives a fuck. And I told them, I was like, if I let companies' politics or actors' politics or whatever, these decisions influence my spending, I would be living, if I let things that they did that I disagreed with dictate what I bought or did, I would be living in like a box. Because there's always something that you disagree with. You know, if you only purchase or do things with companies or whatever that you fully agree with, I mean, like, you're going to have a small window of what you're going to be able to enjoy in life. You know what I mean? That's just me. There were fucking grown men shooting cans of Bud Light. You fucking loser. What kind of... It's so stupid. I don't even give a shit about what, it's just stupid. Like, what? It's... I don't understand. I don't understand. It's so stupid, man. Like, it's embarrassing. As like a man, you're watching these videos and you're like, how is this man not embarrassed by his actions? I don't know. Oh, okay. Again, Stuart, I live under a rock, so I don't even know who this guy is. I recognize him, but I don't think I've ever seen him in anything. Look, man, we're all using phones and computer components made by people who are working in the worst conditions imaginable. So, what are we gonna do? We're all hypocrites, right? I've never seen Downton Abbey, Celador. My wife watched it all and she loved it. And I kind of regret not watching it with her. But, yeah. No reason to shut up, Stuart. You're good, man. You're good. Blue Beetle. Blue Beetle. What is Blue Beetle? DC Comics. Never heard of Blue Beetle. People get just... I don't know. There's just... It's weird how people get so wrapped up in the culture war, you know. And if it wasn't presented to them, they would never... They would have no... Like, there's probably zero examples of the things that they get upset about that they're told about in their own personal life. Does that make sense? Like, I don't understand, like, the culture war and things that people bitch and moan about all the time. It's embarrassing to me. I don't understand it. Like, again, my philosophy on most of the things is like, why do you give a fuck? Who cares? You know? But there's this money-making machine that's discovered that it's very easy to get people upset about the most innocuous bullshit that is completely meaningless to your own personal life, you know? And that's not a way to live. To always be tense about things that have zero impact on you, you know? I don't understand it. It's embarrassing to me. But, hey, what are you going to do? What are you going to do? In 2023, I fought in the digital culture war. I was a warrior in the culture war. I was an infantryman in the .com culture war. Yep, you nailed it, Arlen. In 2 sentences, you said everything way better than I did in 5 minutes. Arlen says, people freak out about what they're told to freak out about. If they weren't told to freak out about it, they wouldn't give 2 cents about it, whatever the it is. Yeah, you're right. Yeah, Stuart, for sure. Stuart says, I've learned that sometimes you need to be politically neutral when it comes to things. Yeah, and it goes beyond politics too, right? Be okay with saying I don't know, or you don't have to have like, we've all met those people who have like a diehard opinion about everything and anything, and you sit back and you're like, there's no way this guy knows everything about these subjects that he's so opinionated about. Like, you know what I mean? You don't need to like dig your heels into every single situation or argument. I don't know, it's weird. People are weird, man. That's what it boils down to. I'm with you. I'm 100% with you, Vince. Yep. Vince says, I'm a centrist. It's easier to judge things from here. I follow my heart and I follow my gut. I don't follow crowds. I don't subscribe to groupthink. I'm with you. Like, I've never understood the desire to be on a team, or especially when it comes to I got politics, yeah, but anything really. I mean, yeah, I live in Jacksonville. My team is the Jaguars, but like when it comes to thoughts and opinions, I don't subscribe to I don't know, it's weird. People are weird because if you like find out that somebody is pro something, then you can kind of already guess exactly what they think about A, B, C, and D issues as well. It's like people fall into these camps, and they're just these easily categorized individuals that fall into easily categorized groups. And I don't see the benefit. I don't see the positive. I don't see the healthiness of being that way. It's weird to me. I don't know. It's weird to me, but. Oh, Smiles and Scars. Mr. Scars, good to see you, man. Mr. Scars says, excited for Survivor. Fallen Order was such a fun ride. If it's as fun as Fallen Order, I'll be satisfied. Star Wars in game format has so much potential. I'm super excited for it as well. Unfortunately, I won't be at, well, fortunately, because I'm going out of town with my best friends to Asheville, and we got a big Airbnb rented, and it's going to be a really good time. But I'll be out of town, as the stream title suggests, for about a week. So I'm going to be, I'm not going to have a chance to play Survivor until mid next week or something like that. But yeah, man, I haven't watched a single shred of gameplay footage from anybody other than like the first gameplay footage that EA released, like an official release, and like the trailers. That's all I've watched. I haven't read any details about the games. I haven't watched any YouTuber videos. That's not because I'm not excited. That's because I don't know. I kind of want to experience it myself, if that makes sense. But yeah, Fallen Order. If I strip away nostalgia, I think Fallen Order is my favorite Star Wars single player game. Like you said, if Survivor is as fun as Fallen Order, which I don't see why it won't be, they'll learn from what they maybe should have done different and whatnot, and they'll improve on it. So I have no doubt in my mind that it'll be as fun and also an improvement on itself too, you know. But yeah, and you said Star Wars in game format has so much potential. It does. It's just like an open-ended book. It's like I've been saying it for literally, I mean, almost 10 years since EA acquired the rights to make Star Wars games. As much as I've really liked and loved the games that they've made, I've literally for 10 years, and it finally happened a few years ago, I've been saying I want the license, I want the rights to make Star Wars games to go out to so many different companies. Because when a bunch of different companies and studios and creators have the ability to make Star Wars games, you get really new and fresh ideas for Star Wars games. And that seems like kind of right now, kind of the birth of, that happening. Because we have Star Wars Eclipse, which looks unlike anything we've ever had in a Star Wars video game form, and I'm super excited for that. We have the Ubisoft open world Star Wars game that we really don't know anything about, and there's even more on the horizon, you know. So yeah, there's so much potential, man. There's so much potential, and I really can't wait to see what these games that have been announced are all about, you know, and see what comes in the future. But yeah, man, I'll definitely be streaming Survivor if I can figure out the lag issue. Yeah. We'll see. Lately, when I've been streaming games, YouTube is not a fan, and it just lags the viewer's experience big time. It's weird. Oh, my carabiners were delivered to the front door. Yippee. Oh, Eclipse is never going to happen? Really? Aw, man. Sometimes living under a rock, you don't find out things. So what's the news with Eclipse? What's the deal with that? Take that, KOTOR fans. I'm with you, man. Vince, thank you so much for the channel support as well. Where is it? Oh, got to take off, but had an Oyster City Hooter Brown. Might have found a favorite. Beer talk initiated. Have fun, man. There you go. Oh, you know me. I get sidetracked about talking a specific subject, especially booze and food. And we're on that track. Let's see. Oyster. I've never heard of the brewery. Oyster City Hooter Brown. Let me see if I recognize the label. I don't think I do. I'm gonna get this next time if I ever see it. I'm going up to Asheville, which is like brewery capital of the goddamn world. And where is Oyster City? I'm sure it's not in Asheville. It's probably in a coastal town. Oyster City Brewing Company. Oh, it's in Tallahassee? How have I never heard of this? Apalachicola? For real? Man, all right. Nice. I appreciate you putting this on my radar. There's no question in my mind that that their brews are available around here somewhere, since it's Florida based. Nice, man. Anyway, I appreciate that, Vince. I will be having a lot of beer this upcoming week with my friends. It's what we do. We buy a ungodly amount of shitty beer, and then we have some good beer to go along with it. But we're marathoning, man. We're marathoning. Anyway. Oh, there hasn't been news. Okay. Okay. I'm only streaming for another about 10 minutes or so. Do you think the sequel should have had a different aesthetic than the original trilogy? Different ships, uniforms, etc. Landon. What's up, Landon? You know, it's hard for me to say. When the Galactic Civil War ended, you know, maybe the way that I look at it, and it would have been neat to have a lot of new technology and stuff like that. I get it. But the way I look at it, and I don't know if this has been explained in any like novel or anything, but like when that war ended, maybe the research and development for certain things didn't continue. I look at it this way. When I was in the Navy, we were flying, I was in aviation, and we were flying in 30-year-old helicopters. The ship that I deployed on was 30 years old as well. We're still flying bombers that are like 50 years old. You know what I mean? Our ships, we still have ships that are old as fuck. Like the tech. So when I saw that stuff, that's where my mind went. Like, oh, I flew in a 30-year-old helicopter. You know, so. That it didn't bother me. I understand why maybe it bothered people. They wanted something new. I'm the guy who always wants new stuff, right? But my mind went to that real world example. Now, is that what I think they were thinking? No. I mean, it was all I would be willing to suspect that it was you know, it's nostalgic. It's nostalgia. You know, that was the driving force for, no pun intended, for keeping the aesthetic similar to the OT, right? But yeah, I don't know. That's true, Stuart. Stuart says it's not like we didn't get new ships. Absolutely. So you had some old stuff mixed in with the new, just like the real world, right? I think by tomorrow, this little cough is going to go away. It was really bad a few days ago. Today, it's just been a little bit of phlegm and a little bit of cough. And tomorrow, the day before I go out of town, I think it's going to be gone. I have to work tomorrow. And then as soon as my relief comes in, I'm going to go pick up two buddies They're going to drive up with me to Asheville, and we're going to start our little friend trip, and I can't wait. Oh, man. Need a good night of sleep. That's for sure. Need to catch up on some sleep. Thoughts on KOTOR? I owned KOTOR 1 and 2 back in the day as they were coming out. But when they came out, what was it, 2003 and 2005? Is that when they came out? I wasn't really into RPGs. Like, I just didn't have the patience for a game like that, you know? And despite owning them, I was way more into games like Counter-Strike or Ultima Online. Those were the two games that kind of consumed my gaming life for years. So I never I never really played too much KOTOR. I don't really I never really got into a lot of the gameplay mechanics, the combat and stuff like that of the game. Maybe I will check out the remake or the reboot or whatever the hell you want to call it. And I kind of hope that they change the combat up, or at least give you the option to change the combat up, you know? Because I think I would enjoy the game way more if they did, you know? But Landon, my favorite Star Wars game of all time is Star Wars Galaxies. Star Wars Galaxies was an MMO, a massively multiplayer online role-playing game that came out in 2003. And it was just exactly what I want.
Even though the
one sec.
SW fandom can suck sometimes, but it's nice to see all the love for Temuera Morrison. You can tell he cares about SW.
Mr. Scars, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support, man. Give me one sec. But yeah, Landon, Galaxies was kind of exactly what I want in a Star Wars game. You could live a life in the Star Wars universe. You didn't have to like go into combat. It wasn't all about lightsabers and blasters and stuff. You could just be a regular person, a regular person living in the Star Wars universe. For example, I was a doctor in Star Wars Galaxies. I had my own home. I owned my own home on Tatooine. You could have your own home. Like, it was almost like a Star Wars citizen simulator, you know? Yeah, you could be a bounty hunter. Yeah, you could eventually become a Jedi if you wanted to. But, so when the game first came, I don't know how familiar you are with it. But when the game first came out, you couldn't just pick to be a Jedi. Like, the way it worked, and I'm going to misremember certain things, but the way it worked was like you had to master multiple professions, multiple skills, but certain ones. And there were like, I don't know, 20 different skills, 20 different professions, skill trees and stuff like that, maybe more than that. And it took you forever to master one of those skill trees. Well, you had to master like 3, I think it was, in order to even have the chance to become a Jedi. Now, you didn't know which 3 you needed to master. And every created character on the server had a different 3 skills they had to master. And so it was a crapshoot. People would just, master. I don't know how long it took for the first Jedi to come up. I want to say it was like 6 months or something like that. But that's cool to me. So you don't have a bunch of Jedi running around. It's a rare thing. You know what I mean? It makes it more interesting. But yeah, again, it was like a Star Wars citizen simulator, and I miss it, man. I do miss it. But yeah. Anyway, Smiles and Scars, Mr. Scars, thank you so much for the super chat and channel support. Mr. Scars says, even though the Star Wars fandom can suck sometimes, but it's nice to see all the love for Tamar Morrison. You can tell he cares about Star Wars. Yeah, it's it's neat to see people, like, I guess, rally behind an actor or something like that. Obviously he wants to work more. He wants to be more of a part of the Star Wars universe, and I get it. What actor wouldn't, right? I don't know if he understood the comments, what his comments would like unleash on the internet. A lot of actors and stuff like that don't really pay attention to the discourse online. Maybe he did understand what his comments would unleash, but I highly doubt it. Just kind of spilling his heart out. And I get it. If I played Boba Fett, I would want to be more Boba Fett too. But yeah, it's like, it's weird to see his words propel this like digital anger. It's weird. But yeah, man. I mean, like, even Samuel Jackson said he wants to play Mace Windu again. Every Star Wars actor wants to be their character again, right? I get it. Of course, Tamora Morrison wants to play Boba Fett more. Of course. But yeah, it's always cool to see that. When I saw that, I was like, "Hey, Tamora, how about you mention how your voice was used to delete the original Boba Fett actor's voice, Jason Wingreen. How about you say, let's get Jason Wingreen back up in there? How about that? Use your platform to get that original voice in there. Although canonically it wouldn't work now because all that shit's different. But man, come on now, Jason Wingreen, his voice forever erased from the future Star Wars releases, forever and ever. Nobody's gonna hear the original voice of Boba Fett. Unless they have the despecialized edition or 4K 80 whenever it comes out. Yeah. But yeah. Anyway, Scars, I appreciate that, man. I never got into Jump to Lightspeed, Donovan. I had it. I actually still have the Jump to Lightspeed box in my I have the Jump to Lightspeed box in a box full of old PC game boxes in my attic. And but for whatever reason, man, I never got into like having my own ship or anything. I never pursued that. I never really did much of anything with the Jump to Lightspeed stuff. It's weird. I don't know why. All right, Scars, are you familiar with like 4K 77 and Harmy's Despecialized? I'm sure you are, but you know, they're the best that we got. Beyond besides what could be an official release. I actually did an interview with Harmy a couple years ago. If you guys haven't heard that, it's on the channel. It's 2 parts. And, yeah, go give it a listen. You might find it interesting. But, yeah, 4K 77, if I'm remembering correctly, is an original film print, a 70 millimeter film print of A New Hope, of Star Wars, that someone found, scanned it in at 4K resolution, cleaned it up. A team of people did, cleaned it up, and then released it. So the download, how big is the download? Let me look at my file. The file is 4K 77. The file is almost 50 gigs. Okay, you are familiar. There you go. There you go. Yeah, that's awesome. Anyway. Oscar Rodriguez, thank you so much for coming in with the final super chat and channel support of the stream. Oscar says, here's what they could, or what they could do. Have Daniel Logan play 28-ish Boba Fett in Solo 2 with an AI Jason Wingreen as a voice modulator to mask his voice a la Vader. There you go. That's cool. I mean, that's a good roundabout way to get an original version of something in. I would dig it. Why not? Why not, man? I like it. I like it. Somebody needs to make that. Somebody, oh, dude, that's a really good idea for a video, Oscar. I don't know how to do it. I have no idea how I would do it. But, like, get all the Boba Fett dialogue and put Jason Wingreen's voice over it. I mean, I guess you'd have to use AI, or maybe you could find clips of him. I have no idea how that would work, but somebody could do it. The problem is most people don't really give a shit. And wouldn't want to take the time to do such things. I wouldn't want to either. I just want them to release the original. I don't know. But anyway, Oscar, I appreciate that, man. But all right, guys, I got to get going. So I work tomorrow, and then I'm out of town. I won't be back for about a week. So the next time that I see you might be, I might do a stream like, let's see. I get back on Sunday. I'll probably do a stream Tuesday night, May 2nd. May 2nd. So yeah, Tuesday night, look out for a stream from me. Maybe I'll stream Republic Commando. I know Darth Nicholas mentioned playing Republic Commando, and I think that's a good idea. That's a game that I've never really played much at all. I probably played like 45 minutes of it in my entire life. So it'd be kind of fun to jump into that. But anyway, guys, thanks for hanging out. I will see you all in a week. Stay safe out there. To everybody who super chatted and supported the channel, I appreciate it. To everybody who hung out in the chat and just shot the shit, I appreciate that too. But all right, everybody, have a fantastic morning, afternoon, or evening, wherever you are on planet Earth, and I will catch you all on the flip side. Oops, did I click the right thing? There we go. All right. All right, man. See you guys in a week. Later.